Designer in the company, so whatever design is to come out, he's in charge of that to monitor the quality and all them stuff there. At the time, he was working at a department store in downtown Kingston. Minimum wage, it wasn't all that good, and he wasn't using his skill set. And so we decided to take a plunge after we arrived at a decision to start this company called Bresche. And we decided to start with bags because there was a market after doing our research. There was a market and there was no established brand this side of the world, none in Jamaica. And we import some 600,000 backpacks alone per year, and that's over 300 million Jamaican dollars. And so we decided to start Bresche on our veranda with two brothers, an old machine, and big dreams. So it was started basically in August of 2015, so we are a very young company, a year and some months. Bresche designs and manufactures a range of quality products right here in Jamaica. And the quality products that we've decided to start with, it's not limited to bags, but we've started with bags. And so we do backpacks, we do lunch kits, we do pencil cases, we do tote bags, we can do travel bag, we can do gym bag. You see the RM on it, it's fully customized. RM Randy McLaren, so it's mine. You can tell us what compartment you want, if you want to personalize it with your name or initial, if you want to do a logo, if you're a company and you want specific branding, we can get that done. If you're a sports team, we can build bags for you as well. So we offer a fully customized service outside of the general bags that we do, because mostly the bags are done to order at this moment. We cater to everyone who needs to move things or something from point A to point B. Once you need to store your products, your gadgets. And so we're talking about students, we're talking about corporate workers, we're talking about government workers, we're talking about a sports and athlete. And when we say student, I mean at all levels, from primary, tertiary, secondary, whatever level basically. If you're in the gym, you need a gym bag. If you're traveling, you need a bag to move with, and that may be a duffel bag style or a backpack, depending on what you want. If you're going to work, you may want a work bag, and that may also be a backpack with a laptop compartment, some spaces to hold your files and your pens and your phone and that kind of stuff. So Bresche is the Jamaican word for breadfruit. Let's start there. Outside of Bresche, I am a performer. I do spoken word, I do dub poetry, and I have a poem called Me Love Me Breadfruit that I've been performing from about 2004. Right? And so when my brother were discussing what name to work with, we went through several options and we finally decided on Bresche. For different reasons. We wanted something that says Jamaican vibe, Jamaican culture, Jamaican energy, right? And both of us were from the parish of St. Thomas. The first set of breadfruits were planted in St. Thomas in Bath, and so we decided to run with it. And our tagline is Pick Right, and we thought that was appropriate. When you see all the other bags, just pick right and pick the Bresche. So initially, we didn't use any external funding. We pooled what we had in-house, and so we were able to buy our first second-hand industrial sewing machine. So we could have parked the domestic machine, the old one. So that was our first move. And about 2 weeks after doing that, my brother resigned from his 9-to-5 at the department store downtown, and we decided to go full speed with Bresche. And then we bought our first set of fabric, all the accessories, the zips, the buckles, and all those things that you need to put a full bag together. The company is pretty stable. We work on a custom order basis, and before a bag is made, we require a 50% deposit. So you find that we operate at a pretty stable level. We don't have inventory or stock piled up that would, affect our costing and our cash flow. But the problem we face now is that we need to scale. And so we've gotten a grant from DBJ through the Ignite program. We've also been awarded a loan through the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship and the Arthur Guinness Foundation, where we got a special interest rate, I think 4%, We got nearly $2 million as loan, and that will be using those funds to basically scale the business, get more machinery, train and employ more persons, retrofit the space that we're in, do some marketing and work on the branding and for product development as well, right? So we're operating at a stable level right now, and we're very happy about that. We're on a bigger veranda now. We're now located at 26 South Camp Road. That's on the Alpha Institute complex. Centrally located, and it was a strategic decision because we want to grow. Where we're at now, we want to boost our production capacity. We really want to train and employ some more persons because the demand is there. So it's for us now to move and to put ourselves in a position where we can make use of the demand and scale as quickly as possible without rushing. All right. So here we have the ladies who are part of the company. Right here we have Kamali. Say hi, Kamali.
Hello.
Kamali is one of our big designers, top designers, right? And we have Veronique, who is our production manager.
Hi.
We've used in the past, we've gone through Heart Trust. So Heart has a program at Garmex, the Garmex facility, that they train people in fashion design and I believe machine operation as well. Kamali is one of our best workers, very detail oriented, came through that institution. So we're very grateful that they're doing the work that they're doing so that we can have access to talents. It's a pretty nice culture. It's mainly young people. I mean, working with young people, you'll always have your challenges. Because young people want up on them phone and them want to do fun things, right? And so we try to make the environment as light as possible, as relaxed as possible. We try to engender a family vibe, a family energy, where everyone feel comfortable talking to each other, where everyone feel comfortable sharing and learning at the same time. What we're working on is building the right culture to be in line with our mandate, to pick right. Everything must be on point, everything must be right. And we're very serious about that. We're very serious about empowering each other. We're serious about growth. A typical day for us here is 8 hours for some of us. It is 12 hours for some of us. We start generally at 9. Sometimes we're here earlier than that. We go, some of us, to 5 o'clock. But sometimes we're here depending on projects that we have, or we have orders to fill for our clients. We might be here until 8, 9, as the demand or our needs be. I'm still pretty young, but already I can see how being a young entrepreneur, having a young business can affect your relationship with family, even friends. Sometimes you don't get to visit your family as often as you want. Sometimes you're tired, you wake up early, you go in the night, you just want to sleep, you want to get some rest, you don't get to talk as often to family members, but you have to try to find time to make that happen. And we've been working at that deliberately, to check in with friends and family every now and again. You know, call mom and find out what's happening. So it's been all right so far. I wouldn't say it's ideal, but we're trying to get there. And I think once I decide to start a business, and some things will be affected because you'll need to pay attention to nurturing this baby, right, so to speak. But it's understanding time and season. So you put out all the effort, all the sacrifices now so that later everybody can be comfortable and you can take care of your friends and family and everybody is good.
Crow Jamaica Risk Management Services, RMS. Risk management has become indispensable to a company's business operations and management strategy in this complex environment nowadays. Crow Jamaica risk management experts help to turn every risk into an opportunity. We are experienced in providing customized solutions to manage risks and increase transparency and accountability of the companies. Our core services include internal audit, internal control review, corporate governance, corporate compliance, etc. Our team can help you make smarter, more effective decisions. Let's have a conversation. contact us at email people@crowjm.com, website www.crowjm.com.
First of all, we're made in Jamaica. There's nothing more unique than that. We have a culture that people love, and the vibe and love that we put into each and every product is unique in and of itself. Our designs as well, we spend time to make sure that our designs are carefully crafted. So basically we have some of our products here, not all, but this one is an example of our crossbody bag, the big size. As you see, you can get your name or nickname on it. This is the Brescia Basic Flip design. I don't do the designing, we work as a team to decide on the final products, but my brother and the rest of the designers on the team would work on those elements. Another point is that you can get your product fully customized from scratch. You basically tell us what you want and we facilitate that process, we build it. Another backpack, this time it has a logo on it. This one is actually for Johnny Daly, the comedian. We have new ideas every day, and new ideas can come from any member of the team. Myself, my brother, Kamali, anybody who is a part of the team can, if they have an idea, we try to make it a space where everybody can share it, and we discuss it as a team if we think that can work or not. Would this look good for who? Where in the market? Who would buy this? And so, we search internationally, we look on what is out there, and we tweak, we come up with new designs. So we look at the trends, so the trends are telling us people want something that expresses their style. We look at how gadgets, technology, those are parts, make up the trends. And so we try to make our bags to accommodate and to facilitate these trends. So we've used social media a lot. The Facebooks, the Instagram, the Twitter. We've used a lot, and so we get a lot of orders from online, through Facebook, through all those social media platforms. And so a logo, your colors, you want to be consistent with the postings online. You want to make sure the quality of your photos are high. And because some people believe that things that come from Jamaica are not of the highest quality, we have to make sure we push out with the best and we look good. Not just for the Jamaican market space, but regionally and internationally, because that's our outlook. It's very big, our plans are big, and so we have to act accordingly in terms of building the brand. Yeah? And so we have a lot of customers online, and we try to keep them up to speed and interact with them as much as possible. Sometimes things will be very hard, but it's why you have a business plan and it's why you have a broader vision. So when things get tough, you reflect or you go back to that broader vision and understand that difficulties and struggles right now is a part of the journey towards that destination, right? And so that keeps you grounded. There will be obstacles, and we've had days sometimes when you don't feel like coming to work. You ask yourself, does this thing really make sense? And you question yourself, but you go back to the vision as well. It's why it's also important to have a strong support group, right? So that when you feel like that you can bounce ideas and you can get a pickup from your friends. Sometimes you need to grow the business and you don't know where the funds is going to come from, but you have to try and be creative. So you look for whatever grants are out there. If you feel like you can take on a loan, then you do that. But you have to make sure you get sound advice as well, so you have a strong support team around you. Failures, I'd prefer to put them as lessons learned along the way. Like, I didn't study manufacturing, so it's new, right? And so we've had to learn almost on the go, read a lot, follow different pages that are in the manufacturing sector, talk to people a lot. So how you go about hiring, perhaps you could have done things differently, but with experience you learn. And it's very important that as a young entrepreneur you have persons around you with experience you can talk to and share with. And luckily enough, we've been lucky to have people around us to talk to so that we don't make any really bad mistakes. And my previous experiences in other businesses have given me a foundation on which to correct certain things in this company. All you prevent it is talking to the experts and ensuring that you have things documented. Again, when you have a plan, so you need to have your social media plan, you need to have your factory guidelines, you need to have all your space is set out, which we had an engineer to come in and advise us on how to set out the space, because we don't think we know it all, and we don't know it all. And how you avoid mistakes is basically planning for it and mitigate, how you put things in place to see how you can mitigate against those mistakes. Even then you still have them, but it's to be quick to pick them up whenever they happen and to deal with them in the moment. I love the team, I love the work that they do. We try as much as possible to look out for each other because we really believe in their development. We have a lot of things that we want to do. We want to provide even more exposure and more growth for every single member of the team. We want to make sure that they're properly taken care of, because we not just only have external customers. We see our team as the internal customers. The staff is very important. So if you're going to talk about growth, you want to make sure that everybody's enjoying what they're doing, right, and having fun with it, and look forward to making a quality, unique product for each and every customer, right? And then growth strategy now, we're talking about partnerships with certain government agencies, so we can get into the schools. We're talking about partnership with individual schools to do co-branded products. The most successful form of marketing has been the social media platforms. Outside of that, we've done events, expos, back-to-school events, festivals. Those work as well, where you can directly relate with your customers. But social media and event marketing are the two main ones that we've used. We've gotten some PR in the newspaper as well. We've been interviewed for television and the radio. Those work as well. But social media is I would say, those platforms have been our biggest success story, our biggest platform. We're aiming high, right? And we're willing to make whatever sacrifices we need to make. Not selling ourselves short or anything like that. We're serious about this. We're serious about making an impact and doing business for good. So people, profit, planet is very important for us. And we'll do whatever is in our powers to get the business to the level where we want it to be, which is an internationally recognized and known company. For us, it's been very practical. For us, it's making sure that we take care of our customers. And once you do that, take care of the staff as well. Those things are simple and basic things to having a successful journey as an entrepreneur or building a successful company. Here, we define success in terms of the impact that we have on our community, our communities. Right? We define success in terms of the number of people we're able to employ. We define success in terms of the number of scholarships that we'll be able to give. Right? We define success in terms of how much of what we make we're able to give back to vulnerable communities, to young people who their parents can't afford it. I don't know if I have a greatest fear. I don't get up any day thinking about fear. I know I have dreams and desires and desire to build a solid company, a reputable company, one that is known for making a solid impact, as I've mentioned before, one that is making money, one that is profitable, and one that is taking care of its environment, and one that's taking care of its people. And that is how I feel fulfilled. Definitely how I would feel fulfilled and feel as if we're in business to make an impact. Because a business exists to solve problems, right? A business exists to add value to people's lives. And if we're not doing that, might as well we lock down the store and just call it a day.
The business community has suffered tremendously due to extortion. Some have not just lost their businesses, their jobs, but lost their lives. This is extremely impactful to the growth of our country and to the progress of our people. We are our brother's keeper. Let's put a stop to this. No more use of force. No more use of fear. No more extortion. No more.
Cameo brings the creative industries to life, delighting creatives in different fields each week. Art,
My life turns art, I breathe, I eat art.
fashion, food,
Without a customer, we're nothing but four walls.
music, film. Cameo, only on Business Access TV.
What motivates me is getting up every day knowing that I'm doing something that's making an impact, that's contributing to something that's positive. We're, in my knowledge, we're building a legacy. We're building a company that has the potential to go big. That motivates me. The potential, the possibility of contributing to somebody's life, to employing others, to contributing to a scholarship, to contributing to the schools. Those things I'm passionate about, and they motivate me each and every single day. My family, they encourage you and motivate you, inspire you to do better and to be the best. We never born with gold spoon, we weren't born rich, but they've always told you that you can be whatever you want to be and to be your best self. And so we're just working to make them proud. And once they are proud, then we can feel as if we've accomplished something for them to feel good about. My favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur, wow. You're more in control of your time sometimes. Sometimes you don't have any time. But again, you have a platform where you can contribute to people's life. Again, my drive, passions, inspiration, and in terms of Brescia, the team. I don't currently sew, I don't stitch. If I try to stitch, I might stitch up my finger then. But a strong team. I'm a very driven individual. I've always been that type of a person who see something, see an opportunity, I'll go for it. I think just the thought of having started this company on our veranda, myself and my brother, and look at where it is now, where we are employing people and we're looking to employ more people and to train more people, where in a year we've done over 1,000 bags, $5 million in sales. We have our first retail arrangement now. We're looking to grow. People have ordered bags from overseas. We've sent people in Scotland back to school in our Brescia bag. We've sent people back to school in the US in a Brescia bag. You feel proud and you feel as if you're making an impact, you're making a mark, you're leaving a legacy. I love to watch football, I love football. So whenever a big match is on, I'm watching it. I love to perform as well. I am a dub poet, I'm a spoken word poet. So I love the stage, I love to share with an audience. I enjoy doing that. And to share with young people, get a chance to talk to a group of young people, man, and to reason with them. I enjoy doing that. Love to go out, eat some good food. I love country. I love nature. I love the river. Sometimes I want to relax. I just step myself away from town and just drive, go out in the bush and just relax and be at one, with nature. Those are the things that I love. What makes me happy is being alive. What makes me happy is seeing the people around me being happy. What makes me happy is being in front of an audience performing and you see that they're into what you're doing. What makes me happy is coming to work at Brescia every morning and see smiling faces and people enjoying doing what they're doing. Those are the things that make me happy. What makes me happy is when we can partner with a Rotary or a Kiwanis or whatever the service club may be to give back to a school or a community, when we can donate some bags to persons who've done well in school, when we can contribute a scholarship, right? When we can give back a percentage of our profits to different communities that need it. Those are the things that make me happy. Future plans for the business. All right, so people may know the company as a bag company or a backpack company. We're not just only a backpack company. We started with bags, but we have plans of moving into, and we've started in some ways the gym bags, the duffel bags, the travel bags. We get orders every day for handbags. We're excited about starting a line of handbags for our ladies looking for those wonderfully made Brescia handbags, baby bags. We're excited about expanding the product line. We're excited about offering more to each and every one of our customers. We need more machines in the space so that we can train and employ more people to boost our production capacity. We want to give those persons at home who know they can sew, we want to put them to work. The tailor, the dressmaker who only have some work in back to school season, outside of that season, we want to use your talents, we want to use your skills. We want to be able to say, hey, if you don't have an industrial sewing machine, we can provide that for you. And we get to the raw material, just make sure you get the work done at the highest quality, and we can put it to work in what we're trying to build out called the veranda industry, put communities to work, give people opportunities to make an honest living. And we're looking to build foster partnerships with schools right across the island, maybe regionally, maybe internationally. We want to do more exporting. So we want to form strategic partnerships in the diaspora to begin with. We have some cool, some wicked lines working on that we know people will love. Look out for the Roasted, a new bag line. Look out for the Turned. Right, we'll have some interesting things. Look out for technology being incorporated into the products as well as we move forward. Pick right and start. Right, don't overthink it. If you have an idea, you see an opportunity, go for it. If you don't think you have the skill set but you see the opportunity, find somebody to collaborate with. A new mantra of mine: collaborate to be great. Don't think that you have to do it on your own. Right? You don't need to have millions of dollars. No, we didn't start with that. We pulled what we had and we started small on our veranda. Right? You can get it done. I owe a lot. I have to say thanks to people at the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship. They've done a lot in terms of giving me a business platform. I have to big up the Jamaica Manufacturers Association as well. People like JBDC. You know, these organizations have been great support. You need support. So find them, get advice, join the programs, join an incubator, put your plans together, put a solid team together, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and just start.
Ready for cable for as little as $100? Ready for no monthly cable bills? Ready for 10 TV channels absolutely free? Then pick up our Ready TV box at authorized stores for $4,500. Hook it up to your TV set, then top it up with Ready Credit for 1, 7, or 30 days. Buy now and get $1,000 free Ready Credit and start watching your favorite shows. Pick it up, hook it up, top it up. Ready TV. Prepaid cable TV when you're ready. Now serving Kingston and St. Catherine. Limited time offer while stocks last. Conditions apply.
As a university student, trying to find the perfect accommodation that meets your expectations is quite different from that of the working class individual. Well, today on Home Sweet Home, we're going to take you through some of your options, all while maintaining the perfect GPA. Hi, Georgina.
Hi, Jody. Welcome.
Thank you. That's so
No problem.
So, Georgina, you're a student up at the University of the West Indies. What are you studying?
I'm actually an international relations major and a management studies minor, and I'm a finalizing student.
So, how many years?
My degree is 3 years.
Okay.
So this is my final semester, final year, and I'm so happy to be done with this degree.
Okay. So, tell me a little bit what it's like as a student looking for somewhere to live.
I have actually been boarding off campus for 3 years, the full duration of my degree. And it is a bit difficult. I used the classifieds, I used UTEC's boarding list.
So you never wanted to live on campus on your time?
I did, however, after talking with my parents and we were looking at the finances, we decided it would be better to live off campus than live on campus.
Okay, is it cheaper to live off campus?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then also you get your own bathroom.
Oh my God, you don't understand. That is one of the biggest reasons why I decided to live off campus as well.
Okay, and so do you live here by yourself or do you have roommates?
Actually, I have housemates and I have a roommate as well.
Housemate, roommate, tell me the difference.
Okay, roommate is the person that you share the room with.
Okay.
My housemates are the persons that I share the house with.
Okay.
So currently there are 2 males and 6 females.
Okay, wow, how many bedrooms?
There's a single, 2 single, and 3 double.
So along with the classifieds, I'm sure you looked online. How difficult was it to find a place?
It wasn't really difficult. The first list that I used was the UTEC list. Because when I was looking, coming out of sixth form, heading to Kingston to start university, my friends were going to UTEC. So they got a boarding list in their package. I used that list to find a suitable place. There's also a website that you can just type in boarding in Kingston. However, it quotes the price in US. Many of the places on that website are from like Karachi. It's mainly for Mona.
Okay.
Karachi and Ligani, yeah. So you'd go through the list, eliminate what wasn't working for you, and then you'd call the places and then set up a time for meeting. We gave ourselves a timeline. In the space of 2 weeks, we were supposed to finish finding a place and be ready to pay your security deposit to move in. But it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would have been. Because
so you were
we're
able
doing
to find
it as
somewhere
a group.
within the 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you went to, how many places did you go and look at by the time you narrowed it down?
Well, the list was kind of long. Yeah. We were mainly looking in Mona, and Mona tends to have a lot of places. So we went to, I think, around 15 places. Yes, we went to 15. There are places out there, it just takes you to go through the listings in the classifieds and in the list that they give you to find something that you actually like and something within your price range.
So tell me now, how does the agreement look? Because there's housemates, there's roommates, and I'm sure there must be a contract with so many people living together. Is there a contract with the landlord and then a contract that maybe you have with your housemates, like don't drink my milk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's actually a written agreement with the landlord that you sign. Your contract can run from 1 year to 3 years for the duration. It's just the duration.
Right.
So the 1 to 3 years was just an example. With the housemates, if you need something and I have it, you ask me for it and I'll give it to you. We don't use other person's things without getting permission or...
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Mandeville.
Is there a problem like if your family or your friends come to visit you from Mandeville, can they catch with you?
Yes, they can. In the contract, you're allowed 3 days for persons to stay over. So if my family or friends come from Mandeville, or even my best friend, she lives in Westmoreland, so if she comes from West and she needs to stay over, that's fine, as long as it's not a problem with my roommate, because at the end of the day, you have to remember that this is a shared space.
Tell me more about the options that are available for students in terms of housing.
Well, options vary from living on campus and living off campus. Like if you attend, say, NCU, you can live on, off, UTEC, it's the same, UA, it's the same. So it all depends on what you're looking for, what is suited to your budget or your preference, as said before.
And then if you decide to live on campus, you choose, for UWI, you have the halls of residence.
Yes.
And then if you live off campus, there's little houses that you can rent out for either a semester or the year.
Yes.
Okay. And then you can choose whether you want a roommate or a housemate.
Or you want a single room.
There's a lot of options out there, so whatever you want, you'll be able to find it.
That is
and
true.
now when it comes down to price,
Yes.
tell me now, what are the prices that you've come across?
Well, the prices can range between as little as 12,000 to as much as 45.
This is a month?
Yes.
The 45 is where?
The 45 is in the Mona region. Yes.
What does that come with? They have a pet?
You No, you don't.
No?
No, you actually get everything is included. I think you're paying for the infrastructure itself.
Washer, dryer?
Yes, you get everything. Places vary based on what you're looking for. Say a $12,000 place will not include light, water, internet, gas, cable, washer, dryer, etc.
So would it be possible then to just look for a place that's $17,000, $18,000 with everything included? There's that option there too?
Yes, there are options like that. However, those places are typically hard to find because persons like myself, when I find something that is a deal, I am not moving until I am finished with my studies. And persons, there's even a person living here whom he's working now and he's renting here because the rent is affordable and he has student loans to cover.
So then, I know that in Mona there's a lot of student housing. So if you have a working person who wants to come in and live like how you have your roommate here, is that allowed?
Typically, no, because the housing, it's for students, and working persons, they'll want to have their friends or their significant other come and visit, say probably on a school night, and then persons would be uncomfortable. Many working persons would not want to share a room with a student because we're at two different levels. Where I'm still in the student mindset, you're in the working person mindset. So that's where the disparity comes in.
What seems to be the most popular option when it comes to student housing?
My friends actually live off campus and on campus, so it's a good mixture. For many, why they live on campus is because they've had bad experiences with living off campus, or because they decided that they wanted to be immersed in the hall culture, but you can be immersed in hall culture and UWI culture without living on campus. Well, for persons, especially for males, it would be the option of having a single room. And a lot of single rooms for males are available on campus and not necessarily off campus because landlords tend to want to maximize their profits. But it's dependent on where you look and it's dependent on your landlord. For women, a lot of women like to have a supportive person that they can come home and say, oh, this is my roommate, I can tell her about my day, etc. So, and both of you are in the struggle together. So, you know, I uplift you, you uplift me, etc. So for many females that I know, sharing when off campus is better for them.
What were the different factors that you looked at in getting this particular place?
For me, the top priorities: location, price, aesthetics. The other priorities now, persons living there, will I get along with these persons because I'll be spending most of my time between here and school, and this is kind of like my home away from home. Will I get along with these people, etc. That's basically it.
All right, Georgina, so basically if I'm a student, my options are living on the halls of residence, or I can live off campus, and you're here, you live off campus, and you're going to show me around? Okay.
Come on inside.
House hunting is not for the faint of heart, especially if you're a university student. After the break, we'll take a look at a house off campus and see if this option is suitable for you.
Have you seen it? It's BATV Live. Live streams of business news weekdays at 7:30 p.m. Stay on point Thursdays at 8 p.m. with our Business Current Affairs show, and Weekend Business Report Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. wherever you are. Log on to our Facebook page at Business Access TV or visit our website at batvja.com. Live and at your fingertips. Business Access TV. Serious about business.
Your business matters. Business Business Access TV offers you the most innovative and effective advertising solution for your business, specializing in B2B sales, cost-effective solutions, the customers you want, the repetition you need. No matter the size and nature of your company, your business matters.
Call us at 876-291-6233 or 876-376-4225. Email sales@batvja.com.
Career Moves has always explored interesting careers, highlighting all you may not have known about them. This season is no different.
Coming back to Jamaica, everyone's like, fizzy what? Fizzy who?
When you find a bright boy or girl in the class and people say, what are you going to be? The parents will say, you have to go be a doctor, you have to go be a lawyer. Nobody says you have to go be a politician.
Let me see your hands!
Tune in Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on Business Access TV.
All right, Georgina, so basically, if I'm a student, my options are living on the halls of residence, or I can live off campus, and you're here, you live off campus, and you're going to show me around? Okay, that's it.
Come on inside. Yes. This is my living room. Currently, we have one single room here. A gentleman lives here. Another room here, shared by two girls, one's a nurse and one's studying entrepreneurship. And then around here, we have another room. Yeah, they're kind of down there. And then this is my room.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to show you my room now. So enter. This is my little space. Yeah.
Very cozy.
Bathroom, as I was telling you, which is very
very
important. And we share the
storage space
and we each have our own chest of drawers.
Okay. So this kind of accommodation, is this typically what students can find? Are they more elaborate or more basic?
It depends on where you go and what you're looking for, as I stated before. They get more elaborate. But this is typically how the houses that aren't in the traditionally dormitory communities, like Mona, this is how they look.
Okay. Now, I know you had said earlier it took you about 2 weeks to find your place. Now, you know what your friends have said, and you know when people talk, how long does it take on average for someone to find their perfect space?
On average, it can take like a month, because after you leave sixth form, that's when you have to start looking. The reason why we found a place in 2 weeks as well was because we also had a point person in Kingston, someone who had already known the ropes and was helping us along to know where we're supposed to go. So it's good to find assistance, but normally by yourself on your own, it will probably take like, say, a month and a half to find a suitable place. But at the same time, say you find somewhere, you like it but you don't love it, you can change it into the way that you want. Decorate how you want, accessorize how you want. It's all about you getting a space and turning the space into your own, with the permission of the landlord, of course.
Okay, so for a prospective student looking for somewhere to live, what are some of the tips that you would give them to find their perfect accommodation?
Well, start to look from early. That's number one. Number two, figure out your price range. Are you willing to pay a lot? Are you not willing to pay a lot? Will you go in the middle? Be prepared to negotiate. Be prepared to share a space with, say, someone that you've never met if you're unable to find suitable accommodations. I don't want to come off as saying you're gonna lose some friends, but yeah, be prepared for that as well, because persons will be living on campus and they'll be changing friends, they'll be growing, they'll be becoming young adults, or
it's a part of the
university it's a part of the university experience for you to either become a better version of yourself or a worse version of yourself. It's all about you. So that's basically it. And get comfortable. Come with the stuff that reminds you of home, especially for a young student. Say you're 17, 18, bring stuff that reminds you of home. Yeah, it's not to get sentimental or anything, but it helps you cope, especially when it's closer to exam times and you can't get to go home, you can't get to see your family. Talking to them via Skype or on the phone is good and all, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just need something that reminds you of your family and of home. Yes.
Georgina, thank you so much for having us. And definitely, well, if I was a student, I know exactly what I would do if I wanted to live on campus or off campus. And thank you so much for those tips, especially the last one, to bring something that reminds you of home. I think that's very important. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming, guys.
Are you going to cook me some lunch now?
Well, what would you like?
Well, let's see what there is. I see a whole heap of things in the kitchen.
On the other side of the break, we'll be speaking with Jason McKenzie, Acting Director, Office of Student Services and Development at the University of the West Indies Mona campus. He'll be telling us everything we need to know about living on campus. Home Sweet Home will be right back after the break.
They say it takes a village to raise a child, but the world will one day need the leadership of that child. The time you spend with your child matters. It stimulates their minds and shapes the way they act. Talk with your children. Help them to better understand the world around them and to value what is truly precious. Above all, the most valuable gift you can give them is love. Play, talk, teach, love. Take the time. It makes all the difference. A message from the Parenting Helpline and Ad Council Jamaica.
We are back with another exciting, innovative and inspiring season.
It takes a lot of stick-to-itiveness, being consistent and persistent in whatever you're doing. That's the bottom line.
Business exists to add value to people's lives. And if we're not doing that, might as well we pack down the store and just call it a day.
It's a season 3 of Creating Wealth, Mondays at 8 p.m. on Business Access TV.
Ready for cable for as little as $100? Ready for no monthly cable bill? Ready for 10 TV channels absolutely free? Then pick up our Ready TV box at authorized stores for $4,500. Hook it up to your TV set, then top it up with Ready Credit for 1, 7, or 30 days. Buy now and get $1,000 free Ready Credit and start watching your favorite shows. Pick it up, hook it up, top it up. Ready TV. Prepaid cable TV when you're ready. Now serving Kingston and St. Catherine. Limited time offer while stocks last. Conditions apply.
I'm Adam Stewart. This is Business Access TV, serious about business.
I'm Judy.
Jason McKenzie.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure having you. Please have a seat.
Thank you. Now, here at the University of the West Indies, it's known as a hall of residence and not a dormitory. Can you tell us why?
It is a hall of residence because it's a space that provides certain developmental opportunities for our students. Essentially, a dormitory, people would just tend to sleep and rest in those, whereas in a hall of residence, it's not just a place to sleep, but a place where certain developmental activities take place. And that's the main distinction between a hall of residence and a dormitory.
Okay, so students living in the hall of residence, what are some of the benefits that they can get?
Living in a hall of residence allows for our students to be closer to the many facilities here on the campus. So they can walk to the library at any point in time. They are able to access better safety and security. It also allows for them to interact with persons from different backgrounds, living in that kind of a global village, as it were. Importantly as well, a hall of residence is a unique environment for living and for learning. So they are learning certain life skills while they are reside in a hall of residence.
Okay, so the hall of residence, it's similar then to a rental agreement.
Yes, they do sign a hall agreement because it's important that they abide by certain rules and regulations that are set by the institution. Importantly as well, they need to make payment. So the hall license agreement will speak to the kind of resources that they need to make available to us, the kind of facilities that we will offer for them, and the kind of conduct that we expect of our students while living in a hall of residence.
And how long is each time period that you can sign up for?
The agreement is for a year, but students, if they choose to, can spend a semester. After the year though, they may apply or reapply to live in the hall, and they may be granted accommodation for another year. So it's a year-by-year basis that they enter into an arrangement with us.
How many rooms do you think there are on campus?
We have 3,786 spaces currently on campus. And these are scattered through 10 halls of residence.
So what are some of the restrictions for the students living within the halls? Are they allowed visitors? Are they allowed visitors after certain hours? What are some of the no-nos?
The safety and security of our students are of utmost importance. Certainly they are allowed visitors. We have visiting hours as well because you want to maintain certain behavioral patterns within that space, and you do not want for a visitor to be of an inconvenience to somebody who was paid to be within that space. So our visiting period ranges from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Can the student leave campus? Is there a curfew for them to come back in and be in the hall of residence?
No, they are indeed adults, and so they are allowed to leave and return at their own discretion.
Are there any other policies that students need to abide by?
The institution itself has broad policies and regulations that speak to students' conduct. And so whether or not you're living in a hall of residence or you are commuting students, you're expected to abide by these rules and regulations.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the units. Are some of them furnished? None are furnished? Appliances, are they included? How new are some of the halls? Give me a little idea of what I can expect when I go on my tour.
The first of the existing hall of residence is Irving Hall, and that came into being in 1950. The most recent hall of residence came into being in 2015. So we have, a range of halls in terms of the age of the facilities. Importantly though, they are fully furnished spaces. And so there are different accommodation types. We have an all-female hall. We also have an all-male hall. Importantly, there are double rooms and there are single rooms. These are all furnished spaces, so they will come with a bed, a chair, an easy chair, a chest of drawers. You will also have bookshelves, a study lamp, and so on. So, a comfortable setting where students can relax, students can take care of their academic work, but importantly, there are common spaces where students can meet and interact and benefit from our developmental programs. Okay. It's a holistic environment. It's a community within a community where students learn, develop, grow, and become better individuals, because we believe that we are producing citizens that are global in their thinking and that are able to work with persons from various backgrounds.
You had said earlier that there were about 3,700 spaces available to students. About how many of those spaces right now are occupied?
We have full occupancy. There is a high demand for accommodation on campus.
But is it possible for me to take a look around at one of the halls?
It would be my pleasure to show you one of the halls of residence.
Which hall are we going to go to? Because I know you said that there's 10.
We'll go to the Elsa Leorani Hall of Residence.
Okay, great.